It's hard to believe, guys, but time flies when we're having fun. It's hard to believe already. A month ago, we were in Lincoln, had a great meeting there. But as you can see, we're already at the beginning of September. This is going to be a very important month for us to achieve what we're wanting to achieve in our Spot On Scripts platform. So real quickly today, I'd like to go over quick 4 points. We want to, 1, help you prepare for the collection of good harvest data. 2, we want to get that as planted data, and we'll go over some quick hitters on, if we haven't gotten that, how we can get that in short order. 3, we want to provide resources for you to collect good harvest data for us to continue to drive decisions going forward. And finally, I'm going to touch on soil sampling and its importance in this entire process. So as far as you remember, at that meeting, we had our Spot On Scripts pamphlet that both David and Matt went over in great detail. If we look through those, we know we got on the portion a little tab or some information that we can start writing on precision agriculture. As we're looking forward into this month in our harvest portion, let's start having those conversations with our growers. So if it's on a grower that maybe hasn't started on the harvest collection data, let's see what we can do to help provide some solutions on that end. If it is a grower that's collecting that information, what are they using and how can we better make that information for the grower to drive more decisions? I talked about resources that we're going to help provide you. Most of our growers are probably going to either be operating a case harvester, a John Deere combine, or an ag leader monitor when they harvest. We will have quick hitters that are going to allow for the collection of good data and calibration to drive those decisions going forward. Know that we're not limited to just these 3. If you do have other monitors that the grower is using, definitely feel free to contact our precision department and we'll do our research to provide the solutions on that end. As planted information. If we have not collected that as planted information for the grower, know that we need to get that in as soon as possible. This will help for the grower's record keeping and both our record keeping on our end. From that, if we do have that as planted information, we can take that information and put it into the grower's monitor at harvest so he can real time view the performance of his hybrids and he can track where he's at within the field from his harvest data. Row-to-row insurance. You've done a great job, guys, to this point as far as getting our growers into these row-to-row trials, 2, documenting these throughout the growing season. Now's the time for us to close the loop on that row-to-row assurance. So if we have not gotten that information to Morgan on what we've been evaluating, whether it be product, variety, or hybrid side-by-sides, definitely get that information into her as soon as possible so we can set the stage and turn that information around as soon as possible. Additionally, if there's anything outside of the row-to-row assurance program, definitely give us a heads up so we can get that documented and ready to go and get it out to you as soon as the harvest data is put in. Soil and grid sampling. Morgan and myself have already contacted most of you and gotten the forms out on our soil and grid sampling. Let's make sure that we're having those conversations and prep for harvest. So as soon as they're out of those fields, we're able to be out there sampling and turning around that information to the growers as soon as possible. Additionally, that will set the stage on our VRT spreading form. Let's make sure we're doing this as soon as possible because we want to make sure that we can spread those fields before the weather could possibly get worse. Spot On Scripts, the overall approach. I know that Wes and myself have been calling and contacting you, reviewing possible growers that you might think might fit in this overall platform. Definitely, if you have not contacted or given us names to this point, please be contacting us in order to achieve this. I think for growers at this point, we want to allow them to be the most efficient and cost-effective as possible. I believe the efficient placement of inputs for our growers will be achieved through this platform, so please be contacting us on this. So finally, our overall Spot On Scripts platform. Know that Wes, Morgan, and myself will be able to assist you in this overall approach, and we want to definitely help you to achieve the most with your growers through this platform. Thank you.